She feels like a revelation, but Jung would say she's the mirror of your unlived life. Tonight, you feel it. You replay her voice, the instant click, the rush so clean it hurts. Right behind those memories, smashed plates, half-packed boxes, a 2 a.m. screen glow where her typing bubble never appears. The sequence repeats like clockwork. She's angelic, then unknowable, then gone, and you're left staring at the life she just vacuumed out of you. Jung's murmur cuts through the echo. What you worship isn't her, it's the shape of your own missing pieces. Every compliment she gives, every gaze that melts you is a breadcrumb back to the cracks you avoid. Keep chasing, and you leash your future to a phantom that feeds on neglect. But his private letters hold a code, ways to unmask the projection before it devours another year. Listen closely. The paper still crinkles with warning. Carl Jung warned in private letters that this moment is not love, it's possession. A man caught in his Anima projection can't see the bars because they look like rose vines. Those letters sat hidden for decades. They've resurfaced, and their ink reads like a mirror you might not want to face. You unseal a brittle envelope stamped Zurich, 1957. The ink has browned, but the warning slices clean. When the Anima takes possession, a man is no longer himself. He is driven by forces he does not understand. Jung isn't theorizing, he's confessing. These are private letters, never meant for lecture halls, written as Europe tried to stitch itself together after the war. Men returned restless, heroic in uniform, hollow in spirit, ripe for any woman who felt like meaning. Jung saw the pattern. A stranger with soft eyes appears, and the veteran who once directed artillery now surrenders his will to her smallest gesture. Promotion papers sit unsigned. Friendships fade. Mornings dissolve into daydreams about a life that never quite arrives. He calls it soul projection, and he treats it like a parasite. Once attached, it rewrites every priority you thought was yours. Fast forward. Swap train stations for dating apps, war wounds for quiet career angst. The letters don't feel historical anymore. They feel predictive. Scroll long enough and you'll meet her silhouette. And if you can't tell flesh from fantasy, the silhouette will steer. She steps into the bar, and before she even turns her head, your nervous system whispers, home. Pupils widen, shoulders loosen, a half-imagined perfume floods a memory you don't possess. You feel seen, selected, almost remembered. In that rush, you miss the obvious. You've never met her. Jung called this hijack the Anima, an inner silhouette of the ideal woman lodged in your psyche, waiting for a body to project onto. Evolution rewards the match with dopamine because pairing fast once kept ancestors alive. Add modern loneliness and screen-fed fantasies, and the ideal welds to any passing outline in under 90 seconds. Projection feels spiritual. It's just brain chemistry dressed in myth. Odysseus lashed himself to a mast to hear the sirens without drowning. You won't have rope in your pocket when the next silhouette appears, only self-awareness. Fail to spot the Anima ambush, and you'll hand over mission, money, and sleep before the first date closes. Someone already did, and his collapse is waiting. You're 35, lead engineer, paycheck steady, sense of direction even steadier. Then a stormy evening on the Zurich-Basel line rewires everything. She sits opposite, ink black coat, candlelit eyes, quoting Rilke as the rails hum. By the final stop, you've renamed coincidence destiny. 3 weeks later, you skip the promotion meeting. Her tarot session feels more urgent. Savings dissolve into train tickets and moonlit hotels. The kids notice first, your laugh now absent, your gaze elsewhere. Quarter 2, you resign to find yourself. Quarter 3, creditors find you instead. The house goes, health slips, friendships evaporate. You cling to a single sentence. She completes my soul. Jung's 1934 letter slices through the romance. You didn't meet a woman. You collided with your own unintegrated anima and mistook the spark for love. When the mirage fades, nothing familiar remains. Not mission, not money, not mind. That hollow space where your purpose used to live doesn't stay empty for long. Something darker is already moving in. She doesn't shout. She whispers your own cravings back to you. One compliment, a tilted smile, and a door inside you swings open. Out marches the shadow, every insecurity, every hunger you swore you'd mastered. You start skipping workouts, cutting corners, laughing at jokes that aren't funny. She withholds, you chase. Dopamine spikes, cortisol crashes, the cycle deepens its rut. You sense the drain, yet call it passion. Jung called it possession. The Anima raids your psyche, straps your darker impulses to her chariot, and rides them straight through your plans. Weeks in, your friends notice the edge in your voice, the restless eyes. You pick fights you don't mean, shelve projects that once lit you up. Rage feels righteous, apathy feels inevitable. She soothed both moods with the same half-promise. Stay, and fulfillment is just one sacrifice away. You bleed vigor while believing you are loved. If you want to keep your purpose alive, you'll need to recognize the telltale ripples before the siren's song curls again. Picture her laughing across the table, candlelight sharpening every angle, and notice how your imagination sprints 3 years ahead. Shared apartment, matching passports, a child with her eyes. That velocity is halo speed. Your pulse loves it because fantasy costs nothing now. Interest is collected later in regret. Then comes emotional leverage, a raised eyebrow, and you reshuffle your week. Cancel gym, ghost friends. You call it courtesy. Your spine calls it surrender. Day 12, you skip the side project that once lit you up. Anti-growth gravity has entered the chat. Your world narrows to her mood swings, her texts, her silence. Finally, isolation mist drifts in. People who knew you best start feeling like tourists in your life. You promise them you're just busy, yet every visit home feels awkward, out of sync, as if you're translating yourself from a foreign language you learned last month. 4 flags, 1 pattern, projection tightening its loop. Catch it here, or watch the loop rewrite your priorities for you. You wake before the alarm, sheets still carrying her scent. The room feels borrowed, as if your own furniture is questioning who lives here. Yesterday you begged, bargained, rewrote plans to keep her orbiting you. Today, the silence shows the bill. Your purpose sits unfunded, your friends unfed, your body unstretched. The fantasy you mistook for love now feels like a hangover with no story worth telling. Time to transmute, not retreat. Close your eyes. Invite the inner feminine voice to speak. No edits, no apologies. Ask what she wants beyond romance. Listen until the answers stop flattering you. 10 minutes every dawn. Then open a cold journal and list her flaws, the real ones you refuse to see. If the page stays clean, keep writing. Projection hates ink. Finally, guard your mission like oxygen. Schedule first, connection second. When your calendar refuses to kneel, your psyche learns the same posture. Do this long enough, and the next woman you meet won't arrive to rescue you. She'll recognize you. Step out of her silhouette and feel the air return to your lungs. You walk beside her, shoulder to shoulder, no longer kneeling inside the temple you built from projection. Each footfall tests the ground. It holds. The panic that once crackled in your chest quiets, replaced by the steadier rhythm of your own pulse. Now the task, protect that pulse. Keep your calendar, your training, your absurd little ambitions. Let her witness them, never replace them. When her mystery pulls at you, and it will, answer with curiosity, not surrender. Speak the unromantic truths early. Your flaws, her flaws, the mutual edges. Watch whether conversation sharpens or shatters. A real partner sharpens. You will still feel the old tug, the siren hum promising rescue from yourself. Smile at it. That sound is proof you're awake, steering, choosing. Stay on the deck, hand firm on the helm. Ahead lies open water, and it finally belongs to you.